Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to review my third game at July's Classic Chess Tournament being held in Kuwait. The first two rounds I have won both of them, so I emerged 2 out of 2 entering this round, optimistic to win my third round. We're going to see what happened in this game. As well as this play, I'm going to share another game with you of an interesting game in this round. Black over here, we're going to see how he managed to drive the position into his favor, utilizing White's biggest advantage here. So from here, let's start my game. Recently, the first round with White, I've played Knight f3, b3, bishop b2, followed by d3, knight bd2, g3, bishop g2, and show castle. We're going to see in this game that after knight here, my opponent went for the Caro-Kann defense. My first opponent went for here, and I think I remember my first opponent went for this, knight c6, bishop here. And I went for a semi-London defense. To be honest, I thought if I went for this, it would be a solid game, but I have explained what I have done against this opening. My opponent right here played c6, and I went for e4, the exchange variation, d4, knight c6, bishop d3, knight f6. All of this is normal development moves, and bishop g4 is coming, so I have to protect this pawn. c3, e6, he wants to bring the bishop, knight bd2, d6, bishop takes d6, queen takes, h3, kicking this bishop around, bishop h5, and queen b3. I didn't want this pawn, I just want to develop maybe lone castling if I want. Show castle, rook a, e1 comes here. Nice plan by my opponent, he wants to play a6, b5. I should have played honestly a4 here. I thought about it, but I didn't like knight here so much, so I didn't want to expand here. I was focusing really on this rectangle, to be honest. So after rook a, e1, bishop g6, we traded, and knight e5. He can't take because of the fork, so he might move his queen back as he did, f4. And f4 is, for me, it's inaccurate. The engine thinks it's fine, but it allows, or gives this square, or gives this knight this important outpost, and after he comes here in the later, you will just rotate here and try to occupy the square by force. So this is a risky play, f4, but it's fine. b5, a3, knight a5 as said. Now queen c2, knight c4, and we're going to see here that black has his kind of a dream position. He's driving this game, he's in the driver's seat, but not that much. He just has a slight advantage because I was playing like a coward baby in this position. So after knight c4, rook f2, rook fc8, and rook c1. This is the first inaccuracy in this game. The engine wants, instead of rook c8, he wants to trade the knight. And what I didn't like about trading the knight is that I'm giving him this file, but the engine says it's fine. Why? Because I would then play h4, and after knight e4, just rook here, and after knight e4, maybe rook here, maybe just sacrificing, and after queen back, queen here, he takes this, I take that with a knight. So again, why the engine wants me to trade and play h4, knight here, takes 6, take back with the pawn, he goes here. I didn't want to protect, because had I protected, he would enter in with the queen, so just queen back. And if he comes here with the queen, if he comes here with the queen, then maybe g4, no problem. Everything is fine. So he would just take this pawn, or take back with the knight. So this is what the engine wants. I wanted to keep the tension, because trading and simplifying favors black, because maybe he wants a big draw in this position. So I went for rook c1, he played rook a b8, queen b1. you're going to see me, I was playing here waiting moves because I didn't have such play. I wanted black to provoke, to induce his attack, because I wanted this knight to be eliminated, but I didn't want to take. And this knight is beautiful, I don't want to take it as well. So I'm just giving the options to black. I was like throwing the moves to him, just use your time. And this is a tactic in classical chess. You're just playing waiting moves, throwing the move to your opponent, letting him always decide, letting him always use his time, and to make him reach time trouble at the end of the classic game. And I actually succeeded in that, but I didn't use it. I just missed the chance at the end, and you're going to see how I missed my chance. So he played a5. A plan for him is to play b4. And after I played queen here, I was just dancing around on these 4 squares. I was relieved when my opponent played a4 because now the attack has been frozen. Now I could play queen b3, queen d3, queen b1, queen d3, and now I'm just back in the game. This is what happened. I played another waiting move, queen c2, and queen b1. These are all waiting moves. And after knight e6, I've told you this knight is gonna reroute to play by force here. Now I've went queen d3. The engine just wants here. And we're gonna see why rook e1. So after rook e1, rook here. No, wait a minute. The engine just wants rook here. And I think both of them is fine. I was about to play this and then this, to be honest. But the engine just wanted here. After takes, the engine thinks this is an inaccuracy. The engine wants to take with the pawn, getting a tempo on this queen. So I played here. He didn't take with the pawn. He took with the knight, so I was attacked. What the engine wanted here is me playing rook back. And after rook back, he plays king here. I play this rook here. And then here, maybe swinging the rook around. And knight back. And we're going to see that he's going to play this here. They check here. Here, attack the knight and take the pawn. I'll just be blocked. And we're going to continue the game. So this is about the rook c2. Just play rook f1. Both of them, to me, is fine. He played back to c8, the rook, and then I found g4. g4 is a attacking move since he has frozen this attack, bringing the queen, bringing the rooks around, and then playing g4. After the game, my opponent told me that he was scared about g4, and that follow-up is h4, g5, bringing the queen and play for h5, rook h2. He was very scared, and the scary move that I played was g4. And after g4, the engine also provoked this move or wanted me to play this move long time ago as black as well. The engine wanted him to play f6 for a long time ago, but I missed g4 in a few moves, and black didn't play f6 at all. You know why f6 is good? Oh my god, it blunders the pawn. It does not. Because after takes, you're gonna play king here, here, and then the queen is gonna take this pawn. Now you're weak. The squares around the king is very weak. This knight is very strong. And if you go here, he might come in on g3 check and just straight like this. And it's just a fine game. He's gonna play this king here and maybe coming with both rooks on the h file and f file. I've thought about this position and it's just fine. I could come back with the knight here at any moment. And he could play this, but then this is just fine. And like this here. Okay, there's nothing. So g4. And after I played h4 and then queen h3, protecting the pawn, he played knight here. I played g5. I anticipated that he's going to trade, but he is frozen, so I will bring my both rooks here. So after he trades on queen e2, queen e7, I played rook here, just fine, and after he takes. This is the critical moment. As you see that the engine suggests the only move, h5. Only move. I have played the game rook f2, This allows him to just play here, and after retreating the game, this is all happened the game. It looks scary, but black is just in time to enter with the rooks and force a perpetual check. As you're gonna see, I wanted for not here. Here. The only move he had played excellently is here, here, check, here. And I was scared that he, for example, he could move here and checkmate me and not in time. But I found h5. Had he taken here, I would have just given him a check. And after here, I would just push here. And the same is he's gonna go here, here, here. And he's just gonna check me forever like this. Because I'm threatening this check, so it was a devastating attack. So it's gonna be a perpetual. So what was the right move for me? The right move was h5 as said, and we have to calculate 3 follow-ups. Either he takes like this, which is the best move, the obvious g takes h5, and the other obvious queen g5 check as it's a free pawn. Let's calculate with this direct free pawn. I'll just block with the rook. And this position, this is hanging, so he just take this pawn, takes, and I take like this. He could enter here, I'll just protect. And after rook takes b4, this is a preferred endgame for black. He has 3 extra pawns uniformly placed. He could try to push and grind his way in. I would try to hold and win this game, as this is +3 for me. The other move, instead of queen takes g5, was this pawn capture, and after here he pushes, and then I play queen h4. Now queen here, I'll just go rook h2, moving away from this file, because had I captured any time, this rook takes c2 was a threat. So I moved with a tempo on h2, threatening checkmate. The queen is forced to defend, and then I'm going to capture, emerging up on rook in this endgame. The other move after here was to take this, just sacrificing the rook. Because again, let's say he's going to move somewhere. Now you're late. This is an unstoppable checkmate. He's forced to bring the queen back. And you can't move here because it's a checkmate on h1 or h8, sorry. So after here, he's forced to bring back his queen. And now this is with the tempo, and I'm going to capture. So, and the third final move, we have calculated queen takes and pawn takes. What about rook here? Rook here is interesting because had we follow up and we took now this check, and after you block here, now it's a draw. So the only correct move here is rook g2. What's the difference? Now the queen can take with the check. Yes, you could take like this, but then you lose the rook. And had you move the rook, then I would have taken. And now rook h2. What's the difference? Now he has a check. Now king h1. There are no more checks on this file. This is unstoppable. And the king can't run. Why? Because he has been blocked by the other rook on the f1. Now he has to sack the rook. And now you see, at the first previous position, he had 3 pawns connected. He might have a chance. Now here you have only 2 pawns and they are doubled. So we have calculated the 3 moves, and I would have won this game. But had I found h5, it was a difficult move to find. I didn't further calculate. I seen that h5 is a possibility, but what after this here? I didn't recognize carefully there is a better expression here that I overlooked the importance of h5 because it's just critical, because I have just open fired. I just missed h5 and I would have won the game. It's just fine after he retraded and went here. Had I taken, this is a big problem, because now, for example, he would just go here. I have no more checks and I'm lost. Yes, I'm lost because this is an unstoppable check. So it's important not to take here. It's important to generate the only drawish move, which is h5. And again, after here, check as we calculated. Had he gone here, now this is just perpetual check. Or had he gone back like this, now I could go here with the check. And had you gone here, maybe I just come here, to be honest, threatening for example, rook here, check here, and I would just come back here, just yeah, I would just check and come back, holding this b1 square, not allowing this check. He could come in here, but it's just a draw. It is just a draw. Yeah, perpetual. And he just went for b1 check, king f2, rook a to b2 check, king e3, and he just went for perpetuate. I tried one last trick, which is king f4. I was hoping that he could give this check because now he's losing. This is hanging. And had he moved, for example, here, now this is a big different story. It's just a checkmate in 2 moves. Or, for example, had he went back, this is just a check. And this is just a check, and this is mate. So I hope he would fall for this, but he found this easy move. He just come back with the rook, and we just repeated the move, and it was a draw. So the game was fine, some bunch inaccuracies, and had I just found the h5 move and calculated the h5 move and calculated these 3 sequences, I might have won the game. So the other game I'm going to share quickly with you because I've took some long time, and we ended in a draw. Now I was 2.5 out of 3. A fine score, by the way. So this game was interesting because black, let's see what happened here. Black went for a modern defense with bishop g7. This was the only inaccurate move. He didn't do any other mistakes, no blunders, nothing. Only best was this position. He traded and he went for knight c6, e3, and knight g7, just developing. And after he traded, he went for d5. This is a critical moment for white. White should have just traded and just play bishop here. It's just fine. Yes, you have a bad weakness, but if black trades here, this is just fine. If white checks, you could just come here, and yeah, it's just fine. It's just fine, no problem. So this is what white should have done. So c takes d5 was best, and after knight takes d5, bishop g2, queen e7, queen here, just that's normal. So what happened actually is after here he pushed, and you see now this is a backward pawn, has no other protectors, and this is going to be the main weakness for the game. And there's going to be another weakness, as you're going to see. So he played knight here, interesting, attacking this pawn. Black babe here, you could trade, but yeah, it's just fine. He played short castle, king safety first, rook e1, rook e8 just come in. And actually he traded. Now look at this weak pawn, bishop h6, and rook here is by force to defend. He developed here with a tempo. This is a very good move. They traded the bishops. He played c6 to protect this pawn. Now the queen is free to move. he could play e7. He played a nice move f5 just to get more control over this part, but it giving white some chance to play here, and the engine likes white position. Now it's a draw position. In a few moves behind, black was -1. Now it's a draw according to the engine. But let's see if white could take advantage of this. Now he traded. Rook here was that bad because you weren't threatening anything. For example, bishop here. Where are you going with your next move? Now you're gonna lose the pawn, to be honest, but be careful about this. So after the, yeah, he should have just gone for this. After double up here, you just here, and key takes. Now you have to protect this pawn with knight back here. And queen here threatening this pawn. How are you going to protect? You're going to block. And take 6. Now you have an extra pawn. King here development is just fine. I would love to go queen here, to be honest. Just utilizing this open file. Maybe going for a check. Maybe trying to push the next. Maybe bringing in with the king. And black has a better edge over the end here. So after knight back, rook h8, he went queen back. This is bad. Why would you come in the queen and have a tempo on the h file? And after queen e7, now he went for knight here. I didn't know why. Maybe he wanted to join in with the knight here, or play knight, to be honest. So it's critically not to take now, because this is not a free pawn. Because you just go back with the knight or come in here and you're going to lose. For example, here, and knight back. GG's. You have lost the bishop. Yes, you have a check. And then what? He's going to come in with a check. And he will just take this pawn. Oh no, I forgot about this knight. So maybe here first. So why? Why complications? So you just don't take like this. He went for a nice idea, bishop here. Now this rook is left unprotected. I'm threatening to take on d4. What would white respond? White respond with queen g1. A bad mistake. The engine wants queen back to f1 and then to d3. And the knight maybe is joining like here, and the knight goes on the d1 square protecting here now to set the rook free, maybe to go to the g file and play g4. This is what the engine wants. But white played here, now with the tempo, now here, knight is left unprotected, queen here, another tempo, and then this bishop, and then this pawn. You look, every pawn in the center falls. So black smartly provoked a huge weakness in the center, and at the end, in the 31th move, he took everything. White tried to go for a tactic after here, queen here, and then rook f8 black played. And to be honest, after queen here, he just pushed the pawn. This is hanging. You could go here. I just could take this pawn. This rook is hanging. So, for example, rook here. Maybe just go here, threatening a check. Just go. I can go there right now. I could just come back here and trade the queens. Why not? This is the end of the second game. White resigned in this position after queen to a4, a6, queen to b4, rook f7. White has nothing to do at all. This pawn is going to fall sooner or later, and white resigned. So this is the end of the video. I've come up with a score of 2.5 out of 3. Interesting score. 6 rounds to go. We have 3 sole leaders with 3 points, and we have 4 players with 2.5, and the rest are 2s and 1s. So I hope this video was an interesting video to share. I would love if you have subscribed. It's free. You can change your mind later. We serve very good content for you viewers, and give us a like so that you promote this video to others. and see you in the next round, round 4, the upcoming video. So, goodbye.